DBSCG things.
What is up, Yuhp gang? It's your boy Taxon and welcome back to Yuhp DBSCG Things, and today we're bringing you another exciting deck profile, guys. This is going to be a deck that I've seen prowling its way through our locals this week. This is Pilaf. But before we get into the deck, guys, I do want to say if you want any custom card sleeves and or mats, absolutely check out ProMats, guys. The best place to go get your custom card needs. Links are in the description below for you guys to go check them out. And also, as you can see on the screen now, they are holding a monthly tournament via Discord. Second weekend of every single month with some great prizing here, guys. You could win some ProMat mats, you can win some TCG Metal Leaders, and you could also win some booster boxes. So make sure that if this is something you're interested in, you go to the link in the description below to go to this Discord, get more information on it, and join it there. With that being said, guys, I do want to take a brief second to talk about Dragonball Super Card Game Fest. We have 2 IRL events coming up fairly soon, one taking place in Texas and one taking place in Florida. Registration for these events are already live, so I will leave links in the description below for you guys to go register for these events. Really quick, talking about them, guys, Texas is taking place March 19th through the 20th. Florida taking place March 26th through the 27th. These are both best of one with sideboarding events. If you guys don't know what that means, basically you sit across from your opponent, you guys each reveal your leaders, and then from there you'll have 60 seconds to sideboard for that specific matchup, and then you can start your best of one game. With that being said, guys, if you can't make this event for any reason and you want to watch it, we do have 3 phenomenal commentators streaming it on Twitch for us, so make sure you go show Avenue 7, Eggman, and the Crit God awesome love while they stream the event for us. And with that being said, guys, I do want to say, if you like my content or this deck profile in general, make sure you smash all those buttons for me. Like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you smash that notification button so that you're notified every single time I upload a video. And with that being said, guys, let's turn this camera around and show you the deck. Alrighty, you guys, we're back at it again with our local deck. This is going to be a random Pilaf deck that I've seen taking play at our local this week, and I was so excited to see Pilaf getting played, so I decided to catch the profile for you guys. If you guys want to see first place this week, of course, it was Barber once again with his Icarus deck. I will leave that in the link in the descriptions below, so make sure you go check that profile out. So go ahead, tell us about your Pilaf deck and your matchups today.
Alright, so we are playing Pilaf. Pilaf, pretty straightforward attack draw. Awaken skill 4 or less, or if you have 3 or more battle cards in play, you can stand 2 energy and flip. Backside, we have attack draw card, and once per turn, you can choose 3 of your battle cards and send them to the drop to give a unison triple attack for the turn.
It's pretty solid.
So that is pretty solid. We'll start with some of the battle cards in here. We have 4 Pilaf. Plotting World Domination lets you look at top 5, grab either a red Unison card with specified cost 4 or a red Earthling card with a cost of 4 or less and put it in your hand. Pretty straightforward, 1-drop searchers. That's just kind of what he does. Next, we have for the gang's Femme Fatale. Also another searcher, look at top 5, grab an Earthling, cost of 4 or less, and put it into your hand. So you guys, you can see you can go searching a lot, replacement effects a ton.
And obviously the more you do that, the more bodies you're creating for your leader's effect.
For your leaders so that you can awaken and or drop. Next we have 4 Shu Pilaf's Amplifier. This card is actually really awesome. You place him in the owner's drop area, activate main, grab a red Pilaf or Mai with cost of 2 or less, and you just play it for free. Admirer, my bad. Next, our other 1-drop, we play 2 of the heroic duo Videls. Counter attack, just kind of there, and she's another body you can just kind of combo off. Then we're going to start in on some Unisons. We play 4 of the Ultimate Dragon Dimensional Wishmaster Shenron. Really strong for a deck like this. +1, draw a card, bottom deck a card, and then play an Earthling only with a cost of 2. As you're going to see here in a minute, there's a whole lot of 2-drops you can play off of this that are just going to play into more battle cards. So really strong for what it needs to do. And then it's -3, pay 3 red, put in a, if your leader is an Earthling only card, you get to play a Unison with a specified cost of 4 with 2 markers on it.
And that's a 20k, which is solid, making it harder to get rid of.
Harder to attack into. Next, We have 4 Shu Dragonball Chaser. This one, if your leader is a Pilaf, when you play this, you get to search for a 2-drop Mai and Pilaf and put them right onto the battlefield.
He cheats 2 cards into play, huh?
So cheats 2 cards into play for just 2. Also, you can free play it off of the Ultimate Shenron, which is also really, really strong. Next, we have 4 of the Mai Dragon Ball Chaser. Same as the Shu, except for it grabs a Shu and a Pilaf, 2-drop, and just free plays them for 2. Finally, to finish off that trifecta, we're playing Pilaf Gangzal here. This one really strong because you can search for it off of these 2 Dragon Ball Chasers, as well as at the end of your turn, you get to go into your deck and play 2 red skillless battle cards with cost of 1 from your deck. So the optimal play is to play one off of play one of these 2 drops off of Shenron, search out the other 2, preferably being one of which being Pilaf. Playing the Pilaf, and at the end of your turn, you get to play the 2 skilllesses out of your deck. So for 2 energy or for free using Shenron, you get to play 4 battle cards.
Wow. So your Unison play essentially sets up your Awakening turn on turn 2 and gives you 5 cards total.
Yes.
That's awesome.
And that brings us to the skilllesses. Optimally, I'd be playing 1 more of each. But couldn't find my other ones. But we're playing 2 Shu and 2 of the Mai. 1-drop 10Ks. Go ahead and... next, we're going to be playing 3 Bulma Bunny Girls. This card's really strong because when it's got a strong auto. When one of your red Earthling cards, which is every battle card in the deck, with the exception of 2, gets removed by a skill, you just play her out for free, and you get to bring an Earthling back from your drop. Also, the fact that she is a blocker, really, really good.
And it searches out 4 costs or less Earthling, so that's just about everything in your deck, huh?
Just about everything. Next, everybody's pal Yamcha. Play 2 of these. It's just a really good way of filling up your hand. When it attacks, look at the top 3, grab an Earthling, put it in your hand. I could actually see upping the number of these. It's so strong. As soon as it gets started, it just fills your hand every single turn because I didn't whiff with it 1 single time today that I've attacked with it.
That's pretty solid. Yeah, that's pretty goddamn solid.
Yeah, it's a really solid card.
He's like 15k pressure that's going to add to a card to your hand every single turn.
Next, we got the Kaioken Son Goku.
The Slug Remover.
Slug Remover, board wiper if they're playing it more aggressive. Strong card. Not much to be said other than just must play in almost every red deck.
Yes, sir. And if it's not mained, it's side.
Yep.
But we play best of 1 here, so we got to main stuff like that.
Next, one of your big bads, Fearless Pan.
Yeah, and I see you play this card and just go crazy with it every single time, dude. I walked over and seen you play it, dude, and you had like 4 other 15Ks already on field.
And that was that was a low number. There have been games that I played it out with 6 battle cards on the board, and it's just once this hits the board, just everything getting 5K and double strike. Every single matchup your player is gonna at least have 1 second that they're just gonna gulp because they know something's coming hard.
Yeah, absolutely. That card's amazing. The card still sees play from like what, set 3 or whatever that came out in?
Yeah, set 3.
Card's still good.
Next, 2 Yamchas. Really strong for counterplay. Really strong counterplay. Kills 2 battle cards when it comes out. Free play when you have a Unison out. Just really, really, really strong. Fantastic removal.
Absolutely. 15k Yamcha, that's an Earthling. It definitely does what your leader wants it to.
Does what it wants it to do. Next up, we have some flood problems. Topo, Righteous Aid. Gotta respect that justice. Just comes down. Really, really works. Really does a lot of work for what he does. Just everything that you want him to do.
Yes, sir. Negate the attack. Pitch 2 if you want to attack again.
Next up, we're gonna play a couple. We have 2 field spells. Pilaf's Castle. You're really mainly using it for its auto. When it's played, if your leader's a red Pilaf, you get to take 2 cards from your hand, place them at the bottom to draw 3. Replaces itself and just kind of changes out 2 cards. Then it's activate main. You can switch it to rest mode and choose a battle card and place it in the drop. And choose one of your battle cards and give it an additional 5k just in case that you just need to really hit something like your opponent's unison is just a little bit tough or anything like that. Then we have the 2 testing the oppositions. Helps, usually you're not going to use it for the purpose of awakening, but being able to stop 2 attacks for 2 energy or even just 1 life is
keep markers on that unison
always solid. Helping keeping markers on the unison for 2 turns is really strong as well.
Very, very strong. Good card.
Next up, we're playing 1 Wolf Fang Fist. Not the strongest of counterattacks, but it does what it needs to do when it needs to, and it can remove an attacker from the game if it needs to. Minus 15k. You can play it for free because you've usually got a unison on board. Next, that brings us to the super combos. We are playing 4 Bulma, out adventuring.
Even your super combos are Earthling.
Even my super combos are Earthling. This card is actually better than I think a lot of people might think it is.
Slept on, man.
If between you and your opponent you have 8 life, or less, when you combo with her, you get to draw a card, and if it's your turn, you get to choose a Earthling card with energy cost of 1, and you get to play it for free. So any of these just come out for free, which allows you to, if you put out one of these 2, it lets you look at the top 5 and do that search out, and you're doing it all during an attack and for free, and you still get to draw a card before that even happens. So that's just really intense.
That's pro. And it's putting a body on field in case you need to put one of those skill lists on field or something.
Also, if you decide that you need to play her out, or if you have one of her in the hand, you can easily just throw her out as one of your cards, as your 1-drop, and she has a strong activate main that just lets you just pump up one of your battle cards or your unison and gives it plus 5k for the rest of the turn.
That's pretty solid.
Which leads us into the final. Go Hanks. This is the hope for finishing. Dual attack, blocker. When you play out, you wipe their entire field, ignoring barriers, so it's a slug remover. +1 when someone's attacking, you get to just neg 25 and give it a marker. And -4, give it plus 15k and triple strike. Also, if you have 3 battle cards on the battlefield, after his first attack, you can just drop 3, give him triple attack right after that, and he's still got 3 more attacks coming.
So that's
that could
triple strike, quad attack plan right there.
Yep, that is the hope.
Ferocious. And as you've explained throughout this video, it is quite easy to get all these 1-drops into play. Like he said, these 2-drops, play 2 more cards, so that's 3. This card alone plays 1 in the middle of a battle step. Like all these cards are replacing themselves or playing more cards, so it's highly easy to get that off. That is solid, as long as you're not versing a secret ID every single turn.
Which usually not. Some of the bigger problems are you are going to run into things like you're going to run into those dormant matchups. Played against King Cold twice, and those dormants really ended up slowing it down. But at the same time, they weren't doing anything to wipe the battlefield, so they still were staring down an army every single time.
Absolutely.
And it still had them going. I don't think I ended a game where my opponent had more than 1 life.
Wow.
So even the losses were
really close
really close games.
King Cold being such a prestigious deck, like I said, I actually caught it at the end of a couple of your games today, and you're absolutely right. They were down to the wire games. Absolutely, I witnessed it for myself. Actually, I've seen if you would have had a different card in your hand other than Wolf Fang, you probably would have won one of the games I walked up and seen.
I'll be honest, Wolf Fang might actually be coming out. It's good for the matchups it's good for, but when with where the meta is sitting right now, it may not be the card for right now.
Absolutely. All right, man. So with that being said, guys, this was the deck profile. Those were his. Well, actually, you didn't even tell us about your matchup, huh?
No, the matchups. Match 1 was against King Cold. Like you said, you ended up seeing right at the end of it. I was sitting there with 7 or 8 battle cards and probably would have had it if I had one more turn. He ended up just drawing right at the right moment into the negate that he needed to wipe battle cards to stop me from finishing my onslaught.
Royal Supremacy.
Yep, the Royal Supremacy, right. I think it ended up being the last card in his life that I took right before I made my next attack. So that was
lucky draw for him.
It was a very lucky draw.
That adds up to 3. So like, if you have 3 1-drops on field you planned on using for that effect,
yep,
all of those are gone.
Match 2 was against Red-Blue Frieza Swap. Once again, just an extremely lucky set of circumstances. My finishing attack ended up running into 4 super combos right in a row. So it was just rough. It was just rough to be able to try and get through that.
Seen that too. That's what.
Yeah, I had a 60k swing that ended up with a.
And comboed into 2 more of them.
Yep.
And they're not like the draw 2 ones. So
nope, it was all draw ones, which was ridiculous. Match 3 was against Supreme Kai of Time. That one was a pretty aggressive matchup where I ended up just getting what I needed. Ended up taking it down pretty harshly. Last matchup, again, King Cold. Once again, same result as the first time. Had him at 1 life. Needed 1 more attack to get through, but just fell short right at the last minute. I was 1 turn off of if I drew the Go Hanks, it probably would have been the victory. So it was really, really close. I'm happy with how the deck performed because even though I didn't do fantastic, every single matchup I could have easily just 1 card difference would have been the difference between victory and loss.
Absolutely, and you're playing Pilaf against a deck that has pretty good board removal. So seeing as how you did with those matchups, man, I was impressed. And like I said, I was just excited to see Pilaf getting played today in general.
There were matchups where they managed to wipe my board, and then I would just play one of these Dragonball chasers and just be sitting there with 3 15k attacks, just ready to go, even after a board wipe. So.
Sure, especially since that Unison does that for you.
That Unison will free play 5 cards sometimes.
Absolutely. All right, man. Any final shout outs you want to give?
Nope. Just really hope someone ended up learning something about Pilaf and wants to end up giving it a try because this deck is actually really sweet and a lot of fun.
Yeah, absolutely. My brother used to play this deck and I used to get beat up by it all the time. But his combo used to be with the 3-cost Gear and Double Strike Unison.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one.
So that was never a fun time getting triple attack Double Strike on turn 3.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so with that being said, guys, this was his deck. Those were his matchups, and this was the deck for this week at our locals. If you guys like this deck profile or my content in general, absolutely make sure you smash those buttons, like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you're notified every single time I upload a video. And with that being said, we're going to see you guys next week. See ya.